just want to say thank you all for being here. I appreciate each one of you taking the time to come out and just take the time to consider who you want as an elected official, and I appreciate that you would take the time to consider me for that position as Judge Executive of Lyon County. I do have my notes because I will get off track if I do not have some sort of game plan, but I just want to welcome you. We do have breakfast and it smells really good, so I don't want to take up too much of your valuable time, but I do want to tell you a little bit about me and what I'm passionate about. I grew up here. Most of you all know that. For those of you who don't know, I grew up here my whole life. I had lots of opportunity going to school at Lyon County. Then I went to Murray State. After I graduated at Murray State, I traveled with my career. So a lot of folks know me as either a high school student or as a small business owner of our Towns Mercantile right here on Main Street. So during that gap of time, I worked in the corporate field for over a decade. That included the agriculture industry and also the manufacturing industry in several different roles. When I graduated Murray State, I immediately dove into an agriculture commodity marketing. So that meant I bought grain from farmers, I traded it on the Chicago Board of Trade, worked with them to manage those assets and helped negate that risk that they had. So that was a pretty big role right out of college, and I continued to grow in that. When I lived in Indiana, I bought grain for an ethanol plant. It really was a completely different side of the agriculture industry. And then from there, I moved to Dyersburg, Tennessee, where I also worked in agriculture before going into a manufacturing career, which was a very unique opportunity, as I was the second person hired into a global company who built their first United States facility in Dyersburg, Tennessee. And that's a whole nother story in itself, a testament to small towns can do big things. And so that's another reason why I'm so passionate about small business and industry, which I'll get to in a second. But why me? Why me for this job? Why now? Why this position? And it's simple and complicated in the same sense, is that I have vision. And in 10 years from now, I want to look back and see a legacy. I want to see a thriving county full of small businesses, industry, and a physically stable community. On the tables around, you'll see my big five, and that's the topics that I feel are very important to me in this campaign. Take the opportunity to read those before you leave or talk to me about those. I would love to fill you in more, but just briefly, infrastructure is one. Many of you know our internet situation here. That is continuing to get better, and there's a lot that has to be done. And there's a lot that is going to need to continue to be done. So someone who takes this seat is going to have to see that to fruition, and I commit to that. Our small business and industry, I highlighted, I'm a small business owner myself, so I know what it takes to run that business from a financial standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, and also from the fact that it's part of our community. Working together with everyone is important. I talked about my time in corporate America and what that's given me experience that's invaluable to our area. Not to mention that I had to move away from here to get that experience, and I don't want that for my daughter. Tourism, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity in our tourism. Lyon County is a destination location no matter how you look at it. And so bringing the right folks to the table to make sure that those opportunities are achieved is really important. Active citizenship, and that can be a buzzword and something that gets lost in the mix, but to me that just means that we all have to work together to get things done. It's not me, it's not you, it's not our businesses, it's each individual person working to do what they can to achieve the goals. And I commit to making sure that people are in the right seats with that. And then our next generation is my last of the five, and I want to leave the community better than I found it. So for my daughter, for your kids, for your grandkids, I want her to live in a community that is growing as she is. In closing, yesterday I attended a historical society event where they spoke of Lee S. Jones. He was a visionary for for our community. He deeded all of this land around. He owned this. This was nothing but a soybean field where we're standing. And he deeded it to different business owners and property owners. He saw the vision back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s of what this town would be. And last night as I was reflecting, I was thinking what he would say about what we have now, how exciting it is. But like all good visionaries and leaders, he would be thinking of what's to come. And I'm so thankful and excited that I get the opportunity to even be in this same realm of visionaries and leaders and how it could impact our community. So I've mentioned to a few of you in passing with different conversations is that I feel like Lyon County is really on a cusp of something exciting and big. And I welcome your ideas, and I'm excited about what's to come, and I'm excited to be able to be in a position to impact. So I'd love to have your support. This idea isn't mine, it's all of ours, and we've all got to come together to make a difference. So there's cards scattered around on how you can be a partner and how you can join me and the campaign and on my quest to be Judge Executive of Lyon County. So I just appreciate, again, your time and being here to just do right by your community and figure out who you think is the best person for the job. And I would like to assure you that it's me. So again, I appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing some of your ideas and having conversations.